The Bloodline is currently engaged in a civil war on WWE SmackDown. While addressing whether the storyline was going downhill, a wrestling veteran claimed the company could rejuvenate it by signing a Legends stun. Over the past 7 months, Tama Tonga, Tongaloa, and Jacob Fatu have joined the Stamford-based company as part of Solo Sikoa's Bloodline. Meanwhile, rumors suggested Hikuleo had also signed with the promotion. On the Gigantic Pop podcast, wrestling veteran Matt Morgan discussed the recent developments in the Bloodline storyline, calling out WWE for having Sikoa pin Roman Reigns at Crown Jewel. When asked whether the storyline was going downhill, the TNA legend pointed out that it could rejuvenate itself if the company signed Umaga's son and Roman Reigns' cousin, Zilla Fatu. Morgan stated that although Zilla lacks the experience, he has an impressive look and tons of intensity, comparing him to Jacob Fatu. Roman Reigns and Solo Sikoa are currently fighting over the title of the tribal chief in the family. In a recent interview with the Wrestling Era podcast, Zilla Fatu revealed which side he was on. Although Umaga's son expressed his love for Sikoa, he acknowledged the former undisputed WWE champion as his tribal chief. Hall of Famer Mark Henry recently claimed several real-life Bloodline members are currently ready to join the storyline. It would be interesting to see if Zilla Fatu soon debuts in WWE. The Bloodline storyline in WWE, centered around Roman Reigns and his family's dominance, has become one of the most captivating and successful angles in recent years. However, as with any long-running storyline, maintaining freshness is key, and the inclusion of new talent can offer exciting new dimensions. Wrestling veterans have suggested a potential rejuvenation of the Bloodline storyline by signing one of Roman Reigns' real-life cousins, which could revitalize and extend the narrative in intriguing ways. Here's a look at how bringing in another family member could inject fresh life into the storyline, enhance character dynamics, and perhaps redefine the trajectory of the Bloodline's legacy. Since Roman Reigns' 2020 return as the tribal chief, he has dominated WWE not just with his physical prowess, but with his character's psychological depth and the familial tensions brought to life through the Bloodline storyline. With the initial involvement of his cousins, Jay and Jimmy Uso, the story has explored themes of loyalty, power, and family allegiance. The addition of Solo Sikoa, Reigns' younger cousin, brought a new layer, emphasizing the generational power struggles within the family. The storyline has thrived due to the chemistry between Reigns and his cousins, their willingness to explore emotional, often brutal storytelling, and the sense of realism infused by real-life family dynamics. Despite this success, as Reigns approaches a possible retirement or reduced in-ring presence, WWE may soon face the challenge of keeping the storyline fresh and relevant. Adding a new member, especially a fresh face from the Inoue family tree, could be the key to propelling the story forward. The Inoue family is extensive, with many members who have ventured into professional wrestling. Veterans and fans alike have speculated on the potential signing of another cousin to WWE, someone with the heritage, skill, and presence to mesh well with the existing Bloodline dynamics. Here are a few potential candidates. Jacob Fatu, a member of the Inoue family already making waves in Major League Wrestling, MLW. Jacob Fatu is a charismatic, powerful wrestler with a style that would fit seamlessly with the Bloodline's gritty aesthetic. He has the in-ring ability and intensity to match Roman's demeanor and would add a dangerous edge to the faction. Lance Inoue, another cousin who has appeared briefly in WWE and is currently on the independent scene. Lance has shown promise in the ring and is well versed in the family legacy. Though he might lack the imposing presence of Reigns or Solo, his character could bring a different type of charisma and personality to the Bloodline. Seam Maluda. While not a direct cousin, Maluda is related to the Inoue family and previously competed in WWE's Cruiserweight Classic. Though he would need character refinement, Maluda could bring an outsider's perspective, aligning with the Bloodline but with a slight tension, perhaps as a character who wants to prove his worth to the family. Bringing a new family member into the Bloodline could ignite a fresh rivalry, even internally. This new addition could test Reigns' leadership, especially if he appears as an ambitious character who challenges the established hierarchy. If this family member arrives with a reputation or success from another wrestling promotion, such as MLW, His entry into the bloodline could signal that he's there to save the family's legacy from within, positioning him as an intriguing foil to Reigns. Alternatively, the new cousin could come in as a loyal follower, much like Solo Sikoa initially was. This would keep the bloodline strong while allowing WWE to explore an internal shift in loyalty over time. The newcomer might form alliances with one of the Uso brothers or Solo, creating an environment of ever-evolving allegiances within the group. One of the reasons the Bloodline storyline has been so successful is its exploration of loyalty, power, and familial bonds. Adding another cousin could allow WWE to dive even deeper into these themes, especially if the character is portrayed as conflicted. A fresh addition could, for example, start out loyal to Reigns but slowly begin questioning his tribal chief status, setting up a dramatic power struggle. This cousin could be portrayed as someone with a strong independent identity, perhaps even someone who resisted joining WWE or the Bloodline for years. Their arrival then could be interpreted as a reluctant but inevitable alignment with family, leading to gripping storylines about duty, self-identity, and the pressure of family legacy. A fresh addition to the Bloodline could shake up WWE's roster with new feuds and alliances. Imagine this new cousin building rivalries with current Bloodline members or facing challengers who question his place within the group. Alternatively, he could have run-ins with other factions or WWE icons, seeking to prove his value to Reigns by taking down major names in the company. This storyline could also lead to captivating tag team matches, where the new member partners with different Bloodline members, perhaps leading to a climactic moment where he must choose sides. The introduction of new characters always opens up a range of match possibilities, and in the case of the Bloodline, these matchups would come with the added drama of family stakes. Adding another member to the Bloodline does pose risks, primarily the risk of overextending a storyline that has been running for years. WWE would need to handle the introduction carefully, ensuring that the storyline doesn't feel repetitive. Repeating the same power struggles and loyalty tests could exhaust the audience's interest if not executed thoughtfully. To counteract this, WWE could establish a slow-burning storyline, giving the new member a unique role within the Bloodline rather than merely echoing existing characters. For instance, this cousin could focus more on the idea of honoring the family legacy rather than obtaining or challenging power, creating a dynamic that complements rather than competes with the existing narrative. Handled well, the introduction of a new family member could be a tremendous asset, extending the Bloodline's relevance even as Reigns steps back from full-time competition. A new family member could even take on the mantle of leadership over time, providing WWE with a succession plan and ensuring that the Bloodline can continue its legacy without Reigns at the forefront. The addition could also allow WWE to expand the Bloodline's influence beyond SmackDown or Raw, potentially even bringing them to other wrestling events or promotions. This interpromotional reach could keep the storyline engaging for fans worldwide, capitalizing on the faction's success while introducing new narratives that might unfold over months or even years.